Hey guys, let's do a classic full set. I start off by putting the under eye pad just below the waterline, and then I will go ahead and put the tape on the bottom lashes. I like pulling the eye pad down just so I can make sure that it's not on her waterline and isn't bothering her. And then I like to apply a couple pieces of tape just to lift the eyelid a little bit to avoid stickies when you're applying the lash extensions. And then I go in with the primer. I make sure to prime her lashes super good, and then I'll go ahead and dry the primer with a fan and brush them out a little bit. For her mapping today, I'm doing a cat eye. I usually like to keep the mapping in between like 5 lengths. I feel like that just looks the best overall. I also did change my mind here and wanted to go a little bit shorter. And now I'm going to go ahead and start placing the lash extension. I usually like to go section by section. I find that I lash faster when I do this. I also find that the lashes have more time to dry when you're placing them in certain sections instead of right next to each other. This definitely decreases the amount of stickies that I have during a lash set. When I'm isolating, I also like picking a section using my tweezers to kind of pull some lashes to the side, and then I'll go ahead and grab a lash that I want to lash by the base, and then I'll go ahead and apply the lash extension. I usually prefer to do side placement and bottom placement. I feel like the retention is longer when I do this. I'm also using brown lashes on her today, so it may be a little bit harder to see. I personally love using brown lash extensions. I feel like the sets look so soft and so natural, and half the time you can't really even tell they're extensions. Here are some up close shots of me applying the lash extension. So right here, I am doing a side placement. Also, when I'm dipping my lash extension into the glue dot, I usually like to cover about 1/10 to 2/10 of the lash extension. I've noticed when I use this amount of glue, my retention is better, and it also is able to stick to the lash better. Directioning is also super important when you are placing the lash extensions. I usually try to place the extension straight up or at like a 90-degree angle in line with the natural lash. I also wanted to include that not every single lash you lash will stick or will be great, or your application might mess up. I did mess up here in this scenario. I'll also never reuse the same lash if I already dipped it in glue, so I'll just go ahead and grab a new one, and then right here I'm just gonna apply it, and I'll take the other one off. So when I finish with this set, I just go ahead and fan my client. I'll brush out the lashes. I'll also check to make sure that there are no stickies at the end. My video did get blurry here, but I am applying the bonder now. Sometimes I'll miss after I apply the bonder, and then I just go ahead and take the eye pads off. And these are the results. I absolutely